So that rather than using papers, they also now can use electronic ways of transmitting. And we are providing training in geographic information system in business. 50,000.
So you can pay.
So we can pay these people, can double the salary. These are our brothers, these are our brothers, these are our sisters. So let them pay in Guinea. It's the opposite. They are actually having this money. So I do believe inflation, we know salaries are not increased, but the money companies have been paying 500,000 since 2009 as I speak. So I think we can take that money, internalize it, and use that actually to pay to work areas, hard-to-reach areas.
Thank you. You say you're now coming from a professional into a policy winner. So you are taking on that.
See, they stopped it completely for 2 years. In terms of productivity, was so they could use their license as collaterals to actually gain some financing from the institutions, and they can use that to buy machinery and plow that back in. And the issue of productivity, to make sure that they're trained and we could hire out some simple machineries. We saw this working in Ghana. They actually improved the sector in terms of gold almost by 15-fold in 1 year. And now Ghana is #1 in terms of gold exports, doing nearly $6.3 billion a year. So that's what it's saying. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the World Bank document formalization of the artisanal sector. They keep saying it's an alternative livelihood. I've always said, no, it should not be an alternative. It's a complementary. It's not mining or fishing or this. So I do believe in normal what needs to have police to engage and push all those policies to ensure the artisanal policy we had in 2018 again is revised. Okay.
So because order to, we also asking you to look at all of those things. I don't want to bore you with some of the things that you have said, but the only thing that please wait, please. I'm at this game continue to encourage our guests. Please do your interaction as moderate as you can, so we can quickly get nominees. We have so many nominees. We can also stop to come into the hall. But please make sure if you are moving out, you move fast in decorum. And also, if you want to talk, you can still just go and sit down and you have the interaction. So I don't want to see these leave us go outside. I don't want to do that. But I minister the code.
For this committee
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, please.
Thank you, too.
Thank you. How are you, madam?
Thank you.
What is your name?
Pastor James Taylor.
Okay. You have your phone with you?
Yes, sir.
Can you take out your phone? You have done that already? Yes. Thank you for your orderly presentation of the form to us. Thank you very much.
This committee is strictly forbidden.
Did you come back to anybody?
No.
Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody on the panel?
Yes, I know some of you. I am not canvas anybody.
Are you a lecturer before? You are still a lecturer. Do you know anybody on the panel?
Yeah, I know people on the panel.
How?
Through different means. Women empowerment, political activities, and
When you talk to them, they give you an ad.
Yeah.
You're the one that gave the presentation.
Yes.
At the civil service academy. You hear the president.
Yeah.
He did his turn, his speech. His president.
How was the application letter?
I know you. Personally, we've not been too close.
I saw you in the chamber when you were about to and they give you the.
Okay.
Yeah. You are not optimistic at that moment. Even for the Public Elections Act. You are very pessimistic, and so you are just
Very much indeed.
you are putting your shit in your head. Sorry. But let's come to business. Your take out your bank statement. Hey man, where are you coming from? Yes, you don't want it to cover the nominee. These are very important people. Madam, you don't read out your balance, but there is inconsistency.
Balance?
Yes. The balance is different.
Yes, because the one here is from January to June, and the one there.
No, it's the one that we have that you put in the text. The one that we have, here, is not that you need to write here.
I got it different because you were asked that I should do a statement for 6 months.
Yes.
And
But if you look up, where you have 01-GN-23-030-2023, clear balance, blah blah blah. And if you come back to the form in the first page, account with bank specific branch, type of account and balance. Of course, the balance, the sheet can tell us the type of account. But what is missing is the actual balance. You should state that's why you have liens and cents given. Have you seen that one?
I've seen it, yes. But what I intend to explain here is that we are asked to give a statement for the past.
So you go back to the form.
As the balance from January to end of June, because we asked for 6 months.
That's the balance you give us. You have the balance already. That's what the question we asked. You are giving us different balance. That's what I'm saying. You are giving us the one that we have. I can be saying also. Alright. But you also have to help some of these nominees in looking at some of these things. So when you come, you ask them. I don't know if are you able to talk to them before receiving the form? So you should have looked at it and ask for the correction. No on the website. Don't worry about that.
When you get the form, you come from them directly, and that did not happen. The time we did not have time to look at them while the interview was so close.
No, Mr. Clark, forget about that one. I want
Yes.
Can you take out the form? All documents submitted to us. You have them.
Yes, sir.
Colleagues, can we read the form? If you have a photograph, can you read the text for us, sir?
Presidential vetting of parliamentary vetting of presidential nominations, declaration of assets.
Declaration of assets.
The next line after the picture. You need the picture.
Below your photograph.
Canvassing of members of the committee strictly for me.
Why is funny about that?
Well, the sentence looks very much interesting.
Canvassing and the pieces of land.
I need to see.
That's a very strong evidence.
Mr. Chairman, I need to
You have
see.
your own camera, sir.
No, I don't think I have to.
Mr. Minister, your own house.
Sure, but I don't think I have to do that.
So go to bring the camera here and have it for you.
Disapprove me, sir.
So, Minister, we are just trying to fight corruption and see there's so much to the process. So that's why I asked you, do you generally know anybody to the process? So that's why I asked you, do you generally know anybody really?
Background is getting me.
No, you're a police officer before?
I was.
That's where you know how to answer this. So, Mr. Tura Senesi, former lecturer and former Minister of Lands.
Yes, sir.
Your balance you have to check. Let's check your balance. Your balance is not consistent. One. Can I give you time? Okay. You have the document. Is that
Yes. Yes.
You have it?
Not here at home.
No, no. Cash in hand?
Yes.
Not at home? You have it now?
Implicitly, I cannot. That's the working assumption. I cannot work the streets of the town.
At the time you said in hand. How do you?
At the time when I was filling the form.
You had it.
Yes, because I was filling this form at home.
Okay. This issue of insurance policies. So look at the policies, public insurance or vehicle insurance. Policies. Because deliberately, if you look down 10, there is no vehicle, there is no insurance policy giving. So general insurance policy is given to C, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't mind giving us something about the insurance policies?
Well, if the vehicles are there and then they are roadworthy,
Yeah,
certainly
because
they have to
it's
license.
M445 ARW4343.
They have to
Colleagues, can I get your attention, please?
Yes, sir.
So are we agreed that you fix up the insurance policies?
Yeah, they are up to date.
Okay. So you should give all the policy, the insurance policies you have.
It's third party.
Third party.
Right, I will attach them.
We don't want to create. We don't necessarily you have to just it.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, we appreciate you. I urge you to again review. Just go over your document and make sure you give the correction to the clerk. Those might not be things that you did not answer. The reason why we are asking people because I talking about people that they want to issue declare assets, talking about all of us. So we want to have inconsistency. We have a document already. So we just need to have a match. The match that you can expect to be the same because we expect you to grow is the balance sheet. If you have a more attractive balance sheet.
That is not the case for me.
After 5 years, we expect you to have a more attractive balance sheet.
No, I think it is attractive by my standard.
Mind doing some review
I will.
for your consistency. Okay. You are a continuing minister if you are approved. You don't so many
Introducing policies that are more or less policies with a human face. Now, I am struggling with land grabbing. If you introduce land tax in Salone, for instance, you'll get over land grabbing quickly. Not only that, you also generate revenue for selling that will help also to support social services. I'll give you an example. If you take Freetown, for example, you have lots of also controversies with respect to land grabbing and encroachment in those areas. Until this moment, we are also battling with the land grabbers. So it's a question of also taking those ones also to the court system and then have a kind of verdict from the court system, and then we have to now make it available to them. We will not only make it available to those who want to build houses, but also investors. So in and out, I think you are aware, Mr. Chairman, that I have been coming here every now and then, having discussions on that. But the land bank is there, but then of course we need to clean it up because we have too many other people living into to those lands, even though we are very much sure that those lands are not really, they do not belong to them.
Okay. Honorable question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Dr. Tuasinisi. One of the emerging issues today in the world is climate change. and EP and other institutions to ensure that we protect our forests so that we stop people from just going to destroy those forests just in the name of earning the land to build. So that is a very serious issue. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you again. You see, we have a lot more to do in terms of the implementation of the laws. The laws are there. There's a green belt, which says that this is a protected forest, this is a reserve area. But then the question is whether we have been doing that.
Oh my God, I like we have been active on the ability of employment. What is your interest in this whole thing? What the mobile?
Can we see, please? Can you see, please? Thank you. Administer.
Christian or Muslim?
I, Cherno Abdullaiba,
Do solemnly swear
that the evidence I shall give
before this committee
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me Allah.
So help me Allah.
Yeah, your phone. Please look for your phone. You have your phone, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you want to see some photographs? Let's give you a few time. As Proper Minister of Information and Communication, civic education. Alright.
Okay, Sino.
Are you okay now?
He has always been sexy. Since Mosquito, he has been sexy.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Cherno Abdullaiba. Mr. Chairman.
What's the proposed position?
My proposed position is the Minister of Information and Civic Education, sir.
Okay. You have the form. Can we take a look at your form and read the text below? Your photograph, please. Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
Can you read that text for us?
Canvassing of members of the committee is strictly forbidden.
Good. Do you know anybody on the panel?
I do know pretty much everybody on this panel, sir.
Private, public, or in canvas?
Definitely public, private, and never in canvassing.
All right. You know, there are a series of platforms in trying to advance a lot of dedication on the media platform and the work that you do. You have a broad platform. You are now coming in as a proposed Minister of Information and Civic Education. Before going to a specific question attached to your ministry, I just want you to take your form and look at the balance sheet given to us. We are difficult to understand. Can you take us through? Mr. Bar. You call the figures, just the direction. You are GTCO, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Two accounts. One is USD, one is SNM.
Yes. You type them out. And for the balance of GTCO, it's at the bottom, right?
Yes.
The next page, the back.
Oh, you mean
Your balance sheet?
Yes, the statement of accounts, yes, sir.
So just the figures is a figure we are finding difficult to catch up with.
Well, the balance are...
Don't read the figures, just
Yes.
show me the direction where I can get the balance.
In the, just underneath the picture that you referred me to, the first question has accounts with specific
Yes, that is the statement. Now,
Yes,
direct me to where you have your balance. You have given us a balance.
Underneath each one, I've listed the specific bank account.
On the balance sheet now, I'm asking you.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, just direct me where you have that number. The GTCO.
There are two accounts.
There's two accounts. You have the color,
Yes.
which I'm dealing with now, the one with the color.
Yes.
Okay, let me go specific. Started June 2023. Have you seen that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It should be at the back of that one. But I have also made it easy for you in the declaration, Mr. Chair.
Just a minute.
Sorry, Chair.
Yes. On the first page underneath the picture, I've listed the totals.
Yes.
No, I understand that
It is not consistent with your bank balance. I'm saying. We are not seeing your bank balance. That's why I'm asking you continue.
So this one, is it the one?
Okay, let's go to the first one.
Yes.
Here you have the 30th June. Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
The 30th June. The other one is the 21st of July.
Correct.
Yeah?
Yes.
We have two statements here.
Yes.
The one with the color. You have this. So where is the balance? Is it not there at the back?
It should be at the bottom of it.
The bottom of this one.
Yes, sir.
Where is it written? In the paper. In the questionnaire.
In the questionnaire,
Mhm.
it's at the bottom right here.
Is it the same?
Look at the figures.
Don't call the figures.
Question one and look at them with this one.
Yes.
Look
Yes.
at it.
It's 2-2.
Correct.
And you have 4 zeros.
Look at. Do you have this statement?
Okay, wait.
You have this statement.
Not just
This one, yes.
Yeah, take your time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, take your time. Take the one out. It's a document. Don't worry. Relax, and when you are ready, tell us.
Okay.
The one with the color.
Yes.
You have
What are
seen
you
this?
asking for the...
Yes. The one
No,
with
take the one.
No.
Take the
Okay, wait.
statement out.
You have this.
I don't have this one in my hand.
Okay, give me one. Oh, let me see. What do you have in your hand here?
I have the summary that I submitted.
No. They rely on this one.
Okay.
In your original document, you don't
Yeah.
have these ones.
I have those.
You have
Yes.
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 Okay, take them out there.
I don't have the specific bank details, but I had all the forms. Let me see.
Okay, what you can do, let's
Yes.
proceed. What you can do, just it's not consistent with what you
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
we can redo that one before the approval. Yeah?
Okay.
So let's
I
move
will
on.
resubmit that one. No problem. Okay. I see what you're saying.
So again, when you meet a clerk, try to convert someone. Of course, he said, when you fill this form here in Sierra Leone,
Yes, sir.
So we are expecting there's legislation that will transact in local currency.
Well, because of the...
Don't worry. You had this one.
Yes, sir.
So when you are doing conversion.
Yes, sir.
The reason why we are doing this is because of the continuous publication from the anti-corruption. Talking about this asset declaration. The same document you have to. So we don't want somebody to challenge you. And if you go outside there, you want to talk on behalf of the government, I said, oh, you have been declared, I said, there's inconsistency with documents. And this hearing is a public hearing. So we allow you to check the document again before the final approval. Any MP at the plenary can challenge us. We just representing them here. So I want to be clear in mind so that when I'm presenting you, there is a clear code. So are you willing to do it?
Yes, sir.
Against Tusky?
I shall.
Okay, let's proceed.
Thank you.
Others become also the same for particulars of all properties which are purchased in the condition is also cannot be in tune with the policy. We have the legislation, we have you don't transact in foreign currency. So can you give equivalent in themselves? Put but just give equivalent in your minutes. So the clerk will allow you to do more. These are just areas of corrections for the proposal.
Thank you, Chairman.
Let me go specific. I was the chairman for Information and Communications Committee when I was the deputy leader of government business. This is a question I've asked every minister, especially only one minister, all others who are working within the Ministry of Information and Communications at that time. So I want you to take note of these questions and I want genuine answers from you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, to me myself, I've taken my time to write them out because SABC, they'll be supporting us. Sometimes when I have a live debate, we want to clear the issues. For example, the Public Elections Act 2022, we had live coverage from SABC. Live coverage. But anytime we have a live coverage, we always have problems. We had problems for them not broadcasting other important events. But there was another time that we had a serious issue that has to do with the debate or the budget. Now we have to say, okay, no, we'll cover the program of the president so that later on we can hear it out. They have given us enough airtime, be it TV, be it the radio, the airwave. We have been occupying that particular space for some time to make sure that we call it services to cover us. So it's the only space we as government we have, Parliament and other arm of government, to use when we have our programs. So I believe that you must be on live on air. Are you on live on air? Are you aware that you are live on air?
I am.
You are live on air.
Sure, I am. Yes.
So you know why? Because you own that place.
Correct.
So let me ask you this question. Take them down. If you don't answer them all, you can come to them because I have to give my colleagues a chance to ask you questions. What are you going to bring to the fore as a vision for the states? Broadcasting state for the SLBC, what do you have? 2. I want to see if you are going to be in line with your predecessor. I want to see if you are going to be in line with your predecessor or more than your predecessor. What is your transformation plan for SLBC? Using a CLB, you have a big platform, using your own platform. We need a state-of-the-art equipment. How can you help with the influence who have read your resume? We also need qualified. We are not saying you don't have qualified staff. But information is a new world now. We are going beyond educating people. Sometimes you have to go digital. Sometimes you have to use social media platform, whether you like it or not, to reach out as fast as you can to the public. So how do you plan to really train your staff? You know, that is a change that you can do. The only legacy that the team can be at the SLBC after you, because you cannot be there forever. You see how best you can train and also have qualified staff at the SLBC. So history can judge it at UK. You need the platform you have. You're able to address the issues of qualified or solid personnel that you can have at the SLBC. Yeah? Finally, you always have plans. I would like you to share a plan with us.
Communities always have plans.
I don't know what type of community is it.
Oh, okay.
What type of community is it?
Well,
Is he your comrade?
I don't know. You
understand the message. The parties understand the message.
You are in competition with AYV, especially talking about the radio stations. A huge competition, and there is definitely kudos to your predecessor and his team, especially the DG, Mr. Sakapua Esquire. He is in competition, he is the current DG, with other media outlets. We are looking up to you to see how fast you are going to reach out based on your plan internally asked. How fast are you going to reach out based on the competitive nature of the media outlets? And finally, want to say finally is the finally. Comrade, I want to say you have created a whole.
Okay, you've said this now. You've said this now.
Yes, my friend and the brother. We have a platform. We have done parliamentary progressive laws, repealing the part 5 of the Public Order Act.
Yes.
I want to have you say on it before you leave.
Thank you.
Thank you. I give you 5 minutes.
But the related question that is ruled out. Sorry, Mr. Chairman.
I know you don't like to me to rule you out.
Confirming that he's your brother. And
He's not my brother, he's just a friend.
Thank you.
A friend on governance.
First of all, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, I want to thank you for this singular honor of having me here. I am in awe of not just this platform, but the privilege of addressing you and presenting my credentials and my plans to answer this national call to duty that His Excellency the President has bestowed on me. As a boy from Kanike, I take this very seriously. And as you have said, Mr. Chairman, we live in an information age. We're going to win the battles of the 21st century, and the visions of our president to get Sierra Leone to be a leader in the 4th Industrial Revolution by ensuring that our information apparatus is not just competitive, but can stand up to the test of time. And at the heart of that is our national broadcaster. I am thrilled that you have started the questioning with inquiring about the status of the national broadcaster. Since I was appointed, obviously SLBC has been at the fore of my mind. I do not want to sell this committee a white elephant. I do not intend to come make promises here that will be flowery and well put in beautiful language, but I can assure you that, as you stated, my ambition, my intention is to build on the successes of my predecessor, on the incredible work that His Excellency has done in the first term, and as he has outlined as well in his vision for the second term. And to simply, I think one way I can encapsulate a response to the myriad of questions is that the vision is to transform the national broadcaster into a state-of-the-art institution. And that includes not just in terms of equipment, but I really am happy that you mentioned human resource. Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, I can say with humility that I come with a reputation. Every institution that I have been privileged to lead or support or be in, I have approached in a holistic way and sought holistic solutions. With our national broadcaster, it's been held back by several constraints, but my ambition is to seek the right kind of international partnerships to find the right kinds of connections. And partnerships are not just about money. I come from the non-governmental sector, where I have been successful in not just building alliances globally, but building relationships that can translate into tangible outcomes. So I will work with the DG, I will work with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't go for it. I'll be waiting for you to land here. I open the floor for my colleagues to ask questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
I'm supporting the conversation.
Congratulations for your nomination.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Barry will be faced with a situation in Sierra Leone where people use social media, cyberbullying. We enacted the Cyber Security Act in this parliament, but till now, the bullying, people are using the social media to disadvantage others. How effective will you use the Cyber Security Act that was enacted by this parliament to save people from this embarrassment?
Thank you so much, sir. I come from the human rights field. I'm a proud feminist. My entire life I've been doing human rights work. So first of all, I want to say the premise for me is I believe in information accessibility. I believe in freedom of expression. But I also understand that freedoms come with necessary responsibilities. And I think the intent of that law that you wisely put forward was to ensure that in the exercise of our freedoms, which I think this Parliament and the President are committed to advancing by repealing, for example, the Public Act, Part 5. I think the intent of that was to create necessary platforms for all citizens to enjoy that freedom. I think in enjoying that freedom, we cannot, as a society, we cannot, as a country, put other people's reputations at stake. So what I intend to do, what my initial vision is to expand the space. We want information accessibility. And I think one way you can beat fake news, one way you can defeat propaganda, my instinct is not to do bans. My instinct is not to limit the space. Is to not just expand the space, but also make sure that citizens have access to truthful, reliable information so they can tell the difference between what is fake and what is not. And that's going to happen by making sure that we have a unity of purpose. We have clear platforms where government can speak to its citizens. Government can use different platforms. Government does have the bully pulpit, but we have not, I think, to date, utilized the full essence of that bully pulpit.
Thank you. Next question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Barr, I want to, on behalf of the youth of this country, congratulate you in advance.
You are not a youth.
I said,
point of Tawa.
I hear you. Yes, Tawa, young person.
Honorable Tawa. Honorable Tawa. Talk to the chair.
Thanks, sir. That's another
one. I want, on behalf of the youth of this country, congratulate you, who are not privileged today to be here to congratulate you.
Thank you, sir.
When I see you sit in front of me, I see future. When I see you sitting in front of me, I think Sierra Leone. When you speak, I see intelligence. When I read your CV, I see that there are opportunities for the younger ones to be something like you or to beat your record. My question is, and one thing I want you to know is, you were not given that appointment because of your CV. I'm sure they look at other parameters because President is looking for inclusion, radical inclusion. He wants to prove to the nation or to the world that no matter what, the young people can do it. And they want to give us, they want to give the young people chance, privilege, platform to exhibit their intelligence. I want you, first of all, to know that you owe that appointment to the youth of this nation.
Sure.
And that if anything goes wrong, you've blocked the future of those youth that you are here to represent. You are very lucky, like the leader was saying, you have a DG who is very smart, who has worked to improve the national broadcaster in this country. Now, two questions I want to ask. Don't you think that if you do anything of the route you want you to take, that will debar the other youths coming after you to have such an opportunity? Second question, what quality do you have that can present you as a team player? Because you are going to work as a team, you need to work as a team. You cannot do it alone. Thank you.
For the first question, noted. Second, your answer for the first question,
yes, sir.
Noted.
Okay.
For the second, you have answer?
Yes, I do. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And first of all, thanks for those very kind sentiments. I take the honor on that's been bestowed on me, as I said, very seriously. I think it's a solemn call, and I think you're absolutely right. Not just myself, but the team that I've been appointed alongside a lot of young, dynamic people. We owe it to not just ourselves as individuals, but to the young people of this country to do the best that we can, and I think we're going to endeavor to do just that. In terms of my qualities, I think, as I said, I have a record of working in teams. I'm a team player. I've been a leader at every stage of my life, from primary school, secondary school, university, and throughout. And everywhere I've been and all the work that I have done it as a movement person, as a team player, and I intend to do just that.
Thank you. Your responses on the question of the leader of government and the chairman of this committee, particularly so on the transformation of the only broadcaster of the national broadcaster, the SFBC. And as a parliament, we look forward to that. Thank you.
Welcome. So, Honorable Veronica,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Simba, I want on behalf of all the mothers in this country to congratulate you in advance if approved. I think every mother here, seeing you or watching at you on TV, will want to give birth to a boy like, to a man, a young man like you. I'm sorry to say boy. In your presentation and what you've been doing, an advocate for the children locally and internationally. You've proven it to the whole world and to even the women and the people of this country that you are indeed the voice of the children. And you've been doing that, organizing programs, bringing children to parliament, showing them, even getting children not to be scared, to be able to face the public. You have done that, and I have no doubt. But my question is, now you are an advocate. Now you have gone, you've been nominated by HE to meet the bigger purpose. Will you be scared, or will you be happy to meet with these people, to mingle with these people? That's one. And also, will you be there to pass on positive information to the people of this nation? And the rest, I will deal with that in the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Honorable. will I be scared? Will I be happy? I take on this task with all my heart. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I'm going to do it with humility, but I'm going to do it without fear, because I enjoy the confidence of His Excellency the President, and I'm hoping I will also gain your approval. Those, I think, are sufficient for me to take on this task with the confidence to take it forward. And on your second question about the positivity of the message, as you know, Honorable, I've always been a positive person, and I know that this is a positive government. I intend to be able to speak to the people of this country clearly, truthfully.
These people made it possible. I was nobody knew me. But in a twinkle of an eye like that, I became the most popular. These people could take you there easily, and they will put you down easily, and their work is so dangerous. I know it in the world, let alone Sierra Leone. These people, because of the hard work they've been doing, I created one of the most beautiful radio stations in my constituency in Kalam district, just to show them that I actually appreciated what they did. Today, they are well known. We need them. But what can you do for their salaries? These people are badly paid. They've not been recognized financially. Some of them too, they've been working for like 3-4 years, and they're having titles. They have a very bad salary. So what can you do to value this profession? Because it's very, very important for each and every one of us, and for even others, outside this parliament. Apart from politicians, they are doing an extraordinary job again. And without those information, without them going there to bring information to us, we are nowhere. So I would actually like you to look into their situation and value them a bit financially. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All I can say to that is duly noted. I think part of the transformation agenda would be to not just improve the capacity, but also how folks are illuminated. And I think you're absolutely spot on. We will, as an activist and advocate, I will push and ask you, because you make the allocations, to consider the members of our 4th estate states informing the public. So thank you for that.
All right.
Mr. Leader, please. I'm already with the mic, please.
7311. That's what 7311. The chairman has ruled.
Mr. Leader, please.
How are you? You have been the work of the chairman.
I'm whip to the chair.
You're not a religious whip. Okay, Leader, I will not be long.
After that,
congratulations, Mr. Ba. Mr. Ba, congratulations.
For what?
In advance, if approved. Mr. Ba, I know you're like the mama said, you have been working with girls. As you said, you're a feminist. You are one of the people that really work very hard to raise the banner of women high in this country. I want to appreciate you for that. The space you have been working in is small as compared to the space you have been appointed to work in. And the space you have been working in was a human rights space. And I call it as a civil activist. Now you are coming to work in a political space. How would you manage that? I have faced it, and I know when I was in the civil society world and in the political world, it's two different languages. How would you manage that? That is just one. Number two, our people are dying because of misinformation and disinformation. They are being deceived. We have seen that over the years. Our people, I know they listen to radio, but they want it visual, television. Some people, you know, like for example in Kono, I'm coming from Kono, they want to see our national broadcasting being displayed in Kono. Not everybody have access to buy DSTV, but when there was SLBC, you see people, even in the village, if they have it, you see all the other people coming around because they believe the right information is coming from the television or the radio. So how would you be able to handle that so that our people will be saved? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable, and thanks as well for your kind sentiments. On the question of making the transition from the civic space, as you refer to it, to the political space, I've always been guided by the principle that you don't have to be the person experiencing it. You look to the folks who have gone ahead of you. I will come to you because you have done that transition. Quite a number of people have also made that transition and successfully. I intend to be mentored by all of you. I intend to learn from you. As I said, approach this with humility and confidence. It's that combination, knowing that you don't know everything and that you might stumble, but be willing to learn as you go forward. On the question of addressing misinformation and taking the national broadcaster, the sources of factual information to the people, that's what I've just shared with the chairman. The vision here is to radically transform how the government communicates to the people of this country and to bring the channels of information to the doorsteps of the people. We're not waiting for the people to come to us. We have to think about creatively getting to the people. That's the task I think I've been given, and that's what I intend to work on every day and night and make sure we succeed.
Thank you very much. Embassy.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chairman. SIBA, as one called. Chairman SIBA, for 1 or 2 decades or so, yes, for 1 or 2 decades. In this country, I see SIBA as somebody with a barrage of information, education, entertainment part of education. And SIBA, I've seen in this country that there is a huge lacuna between that civic education and information. We formed new for almost 2 decades ago, but the new used to know many years back. It's not the same. I've seen in this country the civic society aspects. They become very active only during the electionary process. And the huge lacuna, they are coming as an information and civic education minister. That lacuna, I want to see what you are bringing to that particular ministry to fill in that gap. I know you very well for your vibrancy. As I said earlier on, I want to see peace building and persuasion adding to that particular ministry. So you're going to tell this house the magic that you're bringing in, so that lacuna, the gap. I'm telling you, I'm not joking, that civil society will only become active when there is 6 months or so to election. If you begin to act, not active at all. Typical example, I will tell you, proportional representation ideology was bought by the EU. They spent money, sponsored workshops, projects, new, was quite aware. But begin to ask, why is it that they never propagate? Proportional representation ideology was never propagated 3 years back. Very close to election, 6 months.
6 months.
6 months. Civil society, but new, particularly, they started frowning as though they have no initial ideology. That's a huge gap. Following this ministry, I want you to tell this nation the magic they are coming with, so that lacuna gap will be filled, and so that our fears too will be allayed to the future. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. Should I wait?
Mr. Barr, proposed Minister of Information and Civic Education. It's a very big job. Don't envy you at all. Being the government spokesman, it's a tough space you are now occupying. But let me ask you, what is your portfolio in that ministry? What is your portfolio in that ministry?
To the best of my understanding, the portfolio is simple. Provide reliable, factual, accessible information to the people of this country. and timely information to the people of Sierra Leone.
How many
MDAs? And to positively, actively defend the good interest of Sierra Leone.
How many MDAs you have?
Well, I think because of the division, there are conversations happening currently on how these various components of the ministry will be divided. So I'm aware that there's been before now about 13 MDAs when it was Ministry of Information and Communication.
But you have Salpost.
Correct. Right. But I cannot say now that Salpost will end in information or will be in communications. Those are conversations that are ongoing.
All right. I know certainly that Salpost will end under your ministry.
Thank you for the information.
Yeah. And now, let's take that for example. Salpost has been, the problems of Salpost has been going on for years. Workers are not paid. They are there. State demonstration all the time, even as recent as last month. What will be your plan if you do take that ministry? Salpost.
Honorable Member, I think my approach to all of these kinds of challenges is you have to take a holistic view. You know, I studied peace, and in strategic peace building, there's something we talk about. You have to be both responsive and strategic. So you're responding on a day-to-day basis, dealing with the fires as they erupt, but you have to have a plan. How do we make sure that if Salpost ended up in my portfolio, how do we make sure that Salpost is viable, is strong, can be transformed? But I know that while you're dealing with that, you have to deal with the grievances of the workers on a day-to-day basis. So I will say, instead of coming here and telling you what my magic plans are, I want to spend some time in understanding what the issues are, what the grievances are, and then coming up with a holistic plan that takes into consideration the interest of all the respective voices, and that's what we're going to advance.
Well, as a minister, cabinet minister,
yes, sir.
Will you in the future do a cabinet paper advising governments as to what to do with Salpost?
Absolutely, not just Salpost, but as I said, the entirety of the portfolio. Every single MDA, I think everything is up for grabs. I think what the President has indicated very clearly is that he wants transformation. He wants a state-of-the-art fourth industrial revolution. He wants a modern economy, and information is at the heart of that. He's asked someone like me and my colleague, designates Minister of Communications, the Chief Minister and others to come in because he wants us to bring that dynamism and newness. So we're going to review all of this, and we're going to come up with plans that we'll put in front of Cabinet, get the blessing of our colleagues and the President, and come back to you here and say, based on the assessment that we've done, this is what we envisage the future to be. And that's what we will take now and look for the resources and partnerships.
I wish you all the best in that ministry.
Thank you, sir. As what used to be that ministry in the past.
For your information, you are not only the first youngest Minister of Information. I have also sat in that chair.
Thank you for blazing the trail. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, you have listened to you carefully. You have been able to answer some of the questions. The others, you have pointed to the fact that we are working with people in the same ministry. And you have to take our messages and you need to synergize with your colleagues in the other ministry, in fact, because they can't feed the information, there's no tickers and out. It has to do with civic education, you have to do so much. Because today you can see the order of the day, what is happening. Using effective languages that are not good for our society and even our children. And you are a child advocate person. So you have to look at all of these things. And your CV just press on it around that area. You get to the schools, educate people. Play your own part. I want to ask you this question. You're a professional guy which have read your CV and see activism, local, international. We have like so many platforms, whether you like it or not. Are you really politically savvy?
Mr. Chairman,
it's a frank question.
I am a proud comrade of the Radicals Club. Full stop.
Politically savvy, nationally.
As I've said often, I will do my best. Humility and confidence. And I'll come to learn from you, Mr. Chairman.
I asked the
the outgone Minister of Foreign Affairs, when he came as the Chief Minister, I asked him that particular question. I encourage you, we can talk when you're in that position.
Yes, sir.
Whether you like it or not, assume that you're a politician. You can serve the interests of the people. I do admire your courage. I mean, this huge platform, I mean, this huge amount of influence, locally and globally.
It's 11:57 a.m.
But for you to transmit what you're doing, you have to wedge yourself into the political booth. Not that you're doing the wrong thing, to sell out the messages. So there are certain things that you don't need to lie. For me, when I'm campaigning, I see the truth. There are different forms of politicians.
Yes, sir.
You have those who look at, well, I know you know your audience, the essence of communication, your audience.
Not as a minister of
I've just seen information. You know your audience.
Yes, sir.
And when you know your audience, you know how to tell them.
Yes, sir.
That has been your victory. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can we have a fast movement outside?
Ladies and gentlemen, please.